Alright, welcome back to part 2 of Persona 4 Golden Speedrun tutorial, video tutorial, whatever you want to call it. So last time we beat Kanji and that's basically where we left off. Not a whole lot to do from now on, like until the deadline and whatever. Although one thing to note, once we beat Kanji, now it is time when we start choosing the first option when translating, which is to gamble. So as we can see, we got like the dust thingy, whatever, above the head. That means we failed. The translating. So we get less money. If you get a note, a yellow note, that means you get more money. And it's mathematically better to start gambling now from now on. Here's another feature that's new to Persona 4 Golden: gardening, and we will actually use gardening for a little bit. So we will use gardening to get the shovel, which gives auto Terukaja, and we will also do we will also use it to get Makara corns and tetracorns. Really useful items. Which are basically just physical mirrors and magic mirrors, but you can plan them. But yeah, for now, just, you know, do a lot of translating and whatever. We still need a little bit of knowledge to ace the exam, the upcoming exam, which is, again, the one that's most important to us. Basically the one to make us get all the knowledge. Because the previous one, where we got the chest keys, it doesn't, like, really matter. Again, if we really wanted to, we could just grind out the shuffle time. And it would probably be faster than getting all the knowledge. But this next one is just really important because it gives us a paper armband, which is +5 to all stats. And that's just way too good, pretty much. So this will be another 2 dungeon part, just like last time when I did Yukiko's and Kanji's dungeon. Right now we're gonna do Risa's and Mitsuo's dungeons. They're really easier than the first two. Risa's dungeon is super easy, we don't do anything there. Just go straight to the boss and kill it. For Mitsuo's dungeon, we do some golden hands farming. Not as much for the levels, mostly to get a bunch of null skills, to null all the status effects. Status effects are not something you want to get in this game. There's a lot of bosses that do status effects. And the more you block is the better, obviously. Sadly, we can't block all of them. Oh, whoops, I was supposed to harvest there. I kind of missed my notes. Whatever, we can harvest another day. If you miss the harvest, it's not the end of the world. You can just harvest the day after. What you don't want to miss though is maintaining the garden. Make sure you don't forget that. If you forget to maintain the garden, it's not gonna be good, because maintaining increases the amount of stuff you get. But yeah, for the tutorial one, you get tomatoes. You get like 3 tomatoes or something. Yeah, you get 3 tomatoes. The tomato is nice. It restores 20 SP. There's only one place where we potentially use it, and that's against Kunino Sagiri. Kunino Sagiri uses Spirit Drain, and he drains a lot of SP. If he does it on Chie, she actually has 0 SP because she's so low. It just takes all of it away, and we need to use Terukaja. So we may need to use the tomato to restore the SP. Right here, as you can see, we bought a second item from Tanaka, which is Emergency Kit combo. It gives some healing items, it's pretty nice. We buy quite a lot of stuff from Tanaka in this game. Tanaka sells a lot of good stuff in this game. But yeah, for now, just keep translating, keep doing whatever. Just, you know, to get by the days. We will plant in total 3 different plants. We will plant cabbages once and barrier corn twice. We won't plant the cabbages to actually use them. We'll plant them to get a weapon that gives auto Terukaja. On these 2 days, we need to finish to read our book. That's gonna make us get more knowledge when studying, when we finish this book. Again, we need a lot of knowledge for the upcoming exam to get paper armband. Alright, so there we go, we finished the book. On the next day we have a deadline. So there's gonna be quite a bit of downtime between Kanji's dungeon and Risa's dungeon. The reason is because we will do Risa's dungeon almost basically right by the end of the deadline, because there's a lot of growing we need to do. Buy Inaba Trout combo here. It's really important to do so. If you don't buy Inaba Trout here, the run is basically dead. We will need it to do a glitch later on in the game. Yes, there will be one glitch. We do one glitch in the run. And we need Inaba Trout for that. This is where we will study. Again, after reading the book, we get more points to knowledge. I think you get double, not sure. But yeah, we will do Risa's dungeon basically right by the end of the deadline. There's also quite a bit of cutscenes before the dungeon even starts. There will be a school trip, which takes few days. Here you want to answer the third option, list of TV programs, after I think 2 text boxes. No, after 1 text box. You want to answer list of TV programs. You need to answer that to progress in the story. Otherwise, it's just gonna ask the same question again. More cutscenes. Here we get introduction to... I forgot his name. Saki's brother. We're not gonna do his social link, obviously. Alright, so on this day is where we're gonna buy those cabbage seeds. And accept the cabbage quest for the shovel weapon. So go to Junes, accept the quest, and buy the cabbages. we're getting these cutscenes with the scooter license, whatever. We're not gonna drive the scooter. There's no point. It takes 3 drives to unlock Okina, I think. And there's basically nothing to do in Okina anyway. And then it takes another 3 drives to unlock the beach, where you can fish. But obviously we're not doing any fishing either. I guess technically if you forget to buy Inaba trout from TV, you could maybe salvage a run by doing a fishing, but that's obviously such a big time loss, it's probably not worth your time. It's probably better to just kill a run at that point. Alright, so now we have control in the evening, so we're gonna plant the cabbages. And we need to maintain the garden. We will have to maintain this garden twice to double the crops. And we need to double the crops. If you don't double the crops, you won't have enough to get the shovel. So you will have to plant, you would have to buy cabbages again and then plant again and grow. Obviously it's better to do it in one growing session. So the next maintaining we do is on 6/13. So after 3 days. And in the meantime we're just gonna translate it for more money. Alright, like I said, on this day we need to maintain a garden again. So we would get more cabbages. Alright, here we have the Babe Hunt event, cutscene, whatever you want to call it. We have to talk to 2 girls to spawn the last one. The one we have to talk last is by the escalator. Basically where Kanji's standing, slightly closer to the escalator, but she doesn't spawn until you talk to at least 2 girls before. So the fastest way is to go talk to these 2. Then talk to this older one right here. And that spawns the one we have to talk. And then on the evening is when we can harvest our cabbages. So we're gonna do that. We don't have anything to plant instead of it. So just hold triangle while the cutscene is playing. So harvest, fast forward, and hold triangle to skip the text of what do you want to plant. And just do some more translating for money. Alright, so now we have a really big cutscene of school trip. We need to answer the third option to pretend to eat and discard it. Because we don't have enough courage to answer the first one, the first option, which is to eat it. So just choose the last one. Pass out. Hey, Whirly. And once again, we have a cutscene where main character is not in the cutscene, so there's no need to mash the button. Just leave it on fast forward. You only want to mash when the main character is in the cutscene, in case a question pops up like this, where Moroka asked if we are here. Here we have the first instance in the game of swimsuits. So if you like seeing Yukiko or Chie in a swimsuit, this is the first time you're getting that. This is the cutscene that marks the start of Risa's arc, I guess you could say. This is the first cutscene where they mention Risa. Once again, you still want to keep answering the correct answers in the class. If you misclick some of them, just study at home instead of translating. The run is not dead if you misclick, just make sure that you're on track of your knowledge gains. So yeah, if you misclick one answer, just study in the home to get back on track pretty much. Missing some translations isn't bad. The money route is really not that tight. So don't worry if you miss some translations. Missing knowledge is worse than missing money. But yeah, I want to say that the downtime between Kanji's and Risa's dungeon is the longest one in the game. I want to say so. I'm not sure. The downside after Nanako's dungeon is pretty long as well, surprisingly. There's actually not even that many days, it's like only 1 month. But the cutscenes with Namatame and Adachi are so long that it takes up a lot of downtime. Namatame cutscenes will be really long. Once again, another cutscene without the main character. No need to mash. Here we actually wanted to choose the second option to not call Yosuke, wait for tomorrow. We actually got the same option before Kanji's dungeon as well, but in that one it didn't matter. Even if you choose to wait for tomorrow, Yosuke is gonna call you, So that option doesn't even matter, but here it does. If you choose to wait for tomorrow, you're not actually getting a call. So it saves a few seconds. Alright, and this is where, after this cutscene is where the info gathering starts. Since we're going out of TV, it always puts you to Junes here. So the menu cursor in the overall menu will be on Junes. And that's really handy because we need to turn in our cabbages and buy barrier corn, which is also in Junes, so we don't have to do the menuing to move the cursor to Junes. We can just mash X and we will get back into Junes now. So just get back into Junes, turn in the quest to get shovel and buy barrier corn. Go back home and plant it. We're not doing the info gathering now. On this day. So plant the corn that we bought. And maintain the garden. We need to double the crops here as well. We need to get 2 corns instead of 1. We will actually need 4 corns for the dungeon. So we will plant the corn twice and we will double the crops twice as well. So we will get 4 in total. Go to practice building. Climb to the 2nd floor. Talk to the fat kid right here. Go to Junes, talk to Seed Seller again once. It's very important to not forget this because talking to the Seed Seller shifts her stock, I guess you could say. So she didn't have barrier corn now, but because we talked to her now, she will have barrier corn next time. And that's really important. So just skip some days to let the corn grow, pretty much. We need to wait until it grows now. Alright, and here we maintain the garden again. Alright, so on this day we will do some more info gathering. The reason for this is because this day is raining. On the rainy days you get discount in the shop. So we're gonna combine that with some other stuff. So first of all, we go to the Velvet Room now. We go to the Velvet Room to get Margaret rank 1. We need Margaret rank 1. It helps with Scotty. We need to level up Scotty a lot, and Scotty is Empress Arcana. So we're just by getting this takes, you know, like, I don't know, like 20 seconds or something. And we're gonna get some free XP on Scotty, so it's mathematically worth it to grab Margaret rank 1 now. And since it's on the way, talk to Risa's grandma for info gathering, and then go to the Shiroku store again. Since it's a rainy day, we get a 20% discount. We need 3 ointments, 1 Sanzun Tama, 15 revival beads, 5 mouthwashes, 21 go homes, and 11 vanish balls. Go to Junes again, buy more barrier corn. This time it will be a top option. Then go back home, harvest and plant another corn. So we harvest our old corn and we plant the new one that we just bought. And then study, because we need the knowledge. Right, and we need to finish our info gathering, so we go to Samegawa floodplain, talk to the paparazzi, and we need to answer the first option first, and then the second one option. So, trade information, and then she's different on TV, and then we answer the second one, which is, I think she's stressed. And that's it for the info gathering. But we're not gonna do the dungeon yet. Like I said, we need to grow 2 sets of corn. So we need to wait until our corn grows. And we're also gonna maintain the garden 4 times, basically. So this is the first time. We're gonna do this 3 more times. Worldy, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Also, on this day, we need to buy Peach Seed combo from TV. So go into TV, buy Peach Seed, which is the second option. I should have done that on the day, but whatever, I was reading chat. Yeah, you should just do this on the day, not in the evening. And then maintain a garden. Alright, so maintain the garden again. And then we're gonna maintain on the next day as well. Sometimes you get asked question like that from Nanako. It's random, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's random. Not entirely sure on that one. Alright, so we'll maintain the garden again. And the corn is gonna grow tomorrow. So tomorrow we can harvest it. Alright, so now we have 4 tetracorns and 4 Makaracorns. Which is the amount we need for Shadow Teddy. So we can go to TV on the next day now. So just do some translating now. And we can go to TV on this day. So first thing we want to do is equip the shovel that we got. Don't forget to do that. So equip the shovel, talk to Teddy. And in the previous route, oh boy, in the previous route without the skill change manip, this dungeon was awful. We had to kill so many golden hands in this dungeon. And the manip for golden hands was so inconsistent. You got so many single hands that it was crazy. Luckily with the skill change manip, we don't have to do anything in this dungeon. We just go straight to the boss. So just skip every single enemy, skip every single golden hand, and just go straight for the boss. The way to tell if it's gonna be stairs or if it's gonna be a chest room is you have to look at the lights on the ground. So as you can see, near the lights there's pink lights. So before you open the... oh, that's a loop. Wow, okay, that's a loop. That pretty rarely happens in striptease. But yeah, so before you open the door, you need to look at lights. If it doesn't have the pink light around it, that means it's not stairs. So as you can see, this one has pink, so it's stairs. So if you don't see the pink light, you can just go back. There's no need to open the door. And that's a chest. This one has pink, so it's stairs. If it doesn't have the circle thing before the doors, that means it's a split passage. And this is the set floor. This always takes the same path. So you go right here and then just go straight. Don't walk into the golden hands on accident. Again, it is possible to do that. Don't do that. They will hit your weakness. They will down you and run away. And even worse, you can get a follow-up. If you get into a fight at any point, just use a vanish ball. Okay, so this one didn't have light, but I opened it anyway, just, you know, because I was chased by the shadow. No light. So no stairs, no need to check it. I'm finding the stairs pretty fast actually. Usually the floors are bigger before you find stairs in striptease. Striptease in general has pretty big floors. Alright, this is another set floor. You need to go left. And then just continue the pass. Just continue this way until you do like 180. So just continue going this way. And then go through this door. Then on another split passage, go left. Oops, okay. So as you can see, I got ambushed here. So just use a Vanish Ball if that happens.
Four enemies? It's a surprise attack!
That's why we buy so many Vanish Balls. Don't try to just run. Later on, you can do that when you get Instant Escape, a skill from Risa. But right now, since we have Vanish Balls, just use those. And here's the mini-boss of the dungeon. So this mini-boss is really... It's nothing. It's nothing with this route. He always gets a first turn, so you can rush to speed up the animation.
Hang in there.
Rakunda. Power charge. And then use Sanzuntama into Brave Blade, and it one-shots if you have the shovel. So Sanzuntama to down it, and with the downed bonus, Brave Blade kills. Yes, having Brave Blade so early on is crazy. Go back to the previous floor, because you don't want to walk all this way. And then go up the floor again. It's faster to go up the floor to just turn around and walk normally. Because it's faster to go to a previous floor and then go to this door right here, instead of walking all the way through the 7th floor. Always try to go around shadows behind them, not in front of them. If you go behind them, they will always attack, and when they attack, they stop. They don't move. If you go in front of them, you will still pass them, you won't get ambushed, but they will chase you. While here, they don't chase you. They attack and stop. So it's better to dodge them from behind than to go in front of them. Ah, that's not stairs. That's a pretty bad floor. The stairs were here all along. That's... If you have to turn around while Shadow is chasing you, it's better to just stop and see what direction they are moving, and then dodge them. After a while, you can really predict their movement. The movement is really predictable for the shadows in this game. It would also get way easier to dodge them starting from Naoto's dungeon, because we're gonna be so over leveled to where the shadows are really small. We need to add Kanji, Chie, and Yosuke to the party. Heal your HP with Yosuke if you're scared. It's better to heal it because Chie can, not Chie, Risa can do some big damage if she wants to. And it's a Shadow Risa fight, aka Loot fight. You want to deal 50% of her HP as fast as you can. Once you deal 50%, she does the scan, and then you basically you just need to guard a few turns until the fight is over. Change the tactics because we have Kanji in the party now. Start off with Rakunda, Kill Rush, Sukukaja, and Terukaja. No need to use Rakukaja. The defense buff doesn't really matter. She doesn't really do that much damage to you. Use attack Chie. That sometimes happens. It's not good, but whatever. And now just basically hit her until you reach 50% damage. So just keep hitting her now.
Here goes.
Look at me.
Hell no. Persona.
And there's 50% damage. So now she will scan us. And when she scans us, just guard until the fight is over. You can rush as well if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it. You can die, technically.
Feast your eyes.
And there we go. So that's Risa fight. And now the true boss of this dungeon, Teddy fight. You want to start off with Rakunda, Rakukaja, Makarakorn on the main character, and Terukaja. The reason why you want to Makarakorn the main character instead of anyone else is because if anyone else dies, you're losing the corn. But if you're putting it on the main character, you don't lose the corn. You still have it, even if Teddy kills a party member. And then Teddy can either use Marakunda turn 1 or he can use Mind Charge. If he uses Marakunda, that means he will use Heat Wave next turn, so you will need to Tetracorn the party. And if he uses Mind Charge, that means he's gonna use Mabufula. In which case you want to Ice Break and Makarakorn on everyone. So let's see what we can do. So start off with Rakunda.
Persona.
Rakukaja.
Here goes.
Makarakorn on you. Makarakorn is always the last option in the menu. It's always the last one. No matter what items you have, it's always the last one. So it's pretty handy for menuing when you know that. Alright, he uses Mind Charge. Perfect. So when he uses Mind Charge, switch to Jack Frost. Ice Break. And use Makarakorn on everyone to reflect his Mabufula. So we will reflect it for some big damage. This will be huge damage. There we go, very nice. And now from here on, it's basically just keep hitting him until he's dead. Buff the main character only. There's no need to buff anyone else pretty much. You can stack buffs in this game just like in Persona 5. So for example, when you cast a buff once, you get 3 turns. You get 3 turns of buffs, and you can stack those to 6 turns, to 9 turns, to 12 turns. So it's pretty good to stack them. Don't stack too much because he will use the Kaja from time to time, so there's no point to just keep stacking them. You can break his ult charge, and you want to do that for the first one. So for this first one, just break it. Don't do all ult attacks. Alt attacks do nothing. And once again, just keep stacking buffs. Don't stack too much because he will Dekage it eventually. So no need to stack too much. Always revive dead party members. It's pretty important to revive them. Here he used Nullity Guidance on Yu. That means we're not gonna be able to break his charge because he downed us. So because he downed us, we're just gonna have to guard. That's fine. He doesn't attack immediately. He will still charge it. He will still charge it for now. And now just guard with everyone. If you guard this attack, it actually doesn't do anything. You just straight up block it. You just straight up block the attack. Alright, so we're gonna reapply some Rakundas. I'm probably gonna use Rakunda like twice. We have enough buffs stacked, so let's just attack him now. There's no need to use physical attacks on Chie and on Kanji because they don't do a lot. Okay, he uses Mind Charge. That means he's gonna use his Ice skill again. It's not good, but whatever. When he uses that, you don't want to be on low HP, so just gonna heal it with an item. And whenever, let's just guard. Yeah, so everyone still died. You don't want to use you don't really want to see Mind Charge Mabufulas after the first one, but if it happens, you know. Just make sure that when you see Mind Charge, don't be on low HP. Pretty much on the main character. Foolish Whisper. Oh yeah, Jack Frost blocks it. Jack Frost blocks it, but whatever. The party dies either way, so it doesn't really matter.
Here goes Persona!
And yeah, never go into Nullity Guidance phases with party dead. If you go into Nullity Guidance phases with party dead, you're dead as well because you will use both Nullity Guidances on you. That's not what you want to see. Oh, also I didn't mention, but if you press circle on the menu, it always puts you back to attack like this. So when you, for example, if you're on item menu, you can just press circle and up and you will guard. That's another useful tip that you can use. And he won't use any more Nullity Guidances. He uses Nihil Hand once, then he uses Nullity Guidance. Oh god, another one. Um, he uses nullity guidance. Man, English language. He uses nullity guidance into
Here goes. Cluster time.
into ultra charge once, and then he uses 2 nullity guidances into
Let's do this. Persona.
into that. So he already used all 3, so he's not gonna use them anymore.
Seriously?
And we don't really care about the party at this point anymore.
Persona.
At this point, the party doesn't really do anything.
Persona.
Marakunda means he's gonna use his physical attack, Heat Wave. So I just rushed there. This wasn't the cleanest fight. He used 3 Mabufulas, but whatever.
Congrats, Senpai.
I think with this you get the idea pretty much. You should get the idea with this at least.
Yes, I leveled up.
Another thing, again, if he uses Marakunda, that means he will use Heatwave after that. So you want to Tetracorn the entire party except the main character, because the main character has Repel Physical on its own. But no matter what, you have to keep at least 1 Tetracorn for the glitch later on. You cannot use all of your Tetracorns. You need to keep at least 1. And you can use all of your Makaracorns. If you don't use all of your Makaracorns, you will have to sell them later, so you wouldn't have any. But basically, you need to have at least 1 Tetracorn and no Makaracorns to do the glitch later on. And once again, after every dungeon, you get the save prompt. So just say no. As you can see, when there was a schedule, a new day coming up, if there's no loading TV thing in the bottom right, that means you're getting a cutscene like that. So when the day was passing, there was no TV in the bottom right, so I was just mashing start to skip the cutscene, to skip the Moroka death cutscene. It only happens in like the early game and here. It's really not often that happens, but there's few times in the game where that is the case. Here's another cutscene with Teddy getting his human form. There's quite a bit of cutscenes on this day, so this is probably a good place in a run where you can like go to the bathroom, make some food, I don't know, make some coffee, something like that. Really long cutscenes in this part. The problem with PSTV is that the range of Bluetooth isn't that good, so if you take your controller with you, it's not really responsive. It eats like 90% inputs, at least to me. At least to me, I don't know. Maybe my PSTV is just not good or something, but when I get like a bit farther from it, it eats inputs like crazy. It doesn't disconnect. It's still technically connected, but the signal is really sloppy. Unlike with PS4, when I can with PS4 I can go into another floor. Like I literally go downstairs and it still works without eating any inputs. So just keep that in mind, I guess. I don't think I mentioned it, but when you see like in those morning cutscenes, if you see random ass students walking, that means you're not gonna get any prompt to answer anything, so you can just keep it on fast forward. If you see main character walking alone and then an actual party member rushing in from behind and saying something, you will have to answer one text box always. Except in the very beginning where Chie comes to you under the umbrella, that one has two text boxes for some reason. That's pretty nice to know. And worth mentioning, I guess. On this day we went to buy Grove 2 from Tanaka. Grove 2 is it's gonna be a skill card for Grove 2. We will teach it to Nozuchi later when we're gonna start Void Quest. Once again, exams coming up, so we can study with Yosuke again. That's pretty handy. Get some more knowledge.
Yep.
So once again on this downtime, there's not much to comment on. I guess if anyone has any questions on the stream, you can ask, and I can answer them. Because I don't really know what I can mention right now. Alright, once again, study with Yosuke on this day. To get more knowledge.
Yep.
And we're gonna study at home as well. So here we got a rank up. So I think we're fine not studying. But because exams are coming up, we can study the whole day instead of, you know, studying in the day and then in the evening. So that actually, you know, that's actually good. So let's study on these 2 days, since we can. And it takes the whole day. So that's faster. And now we have the exams. So we definitely want to pass this one. So just choose every single good answer. We get some more cutscenes here. Here we get the best social link in the game, Risa social link. I like Risa. But yeah, obviously we don't level that up at all. Here we need to buy second mate combo from Tanaka. I actually forgot what exactly is this item, but we need it, I know that much. Here we get the exam results. Talk to Nanako on this day to get the item that we got all this knowledge for. Paper armband, incredibly insane accessory plus 512 stats. Incredibly useful in the next dungeon. Again, there is possibility that we might skip this later in the route. But the problem is that we don't one-shot the golden hands without it, so we would need to use like dry ice or something. And it's really... you can't really say if it's actually worth it or not. That's the problem. Alright, so this is where another info gathering session starts. From Mitsuo this time. So go to Samegawa, Riverbank, talk to Kanji. Then go to shopping district and talk to Dojima. And that's it for today. Alright, so now we go to Junes and talk to Adachi. We're not doing a socialing, that's for info gathering. And then once again go back. That's all we do on this day. Alright, and on this day we do a lot more. So first of all, we go to North Shopping District and talk to the steak store. Then we go to South and we talk to this guy with the briefcase. Then we go into weapon shop. Again, if your corns are wrong, make sure to sell your Makara corns. And this is actually why we need the Inaba Trout as well, because the first quest he gives you is to give him Inaba Trout. And then the second quest he gives you is you need to give him both corns, except the fact that we only have one corn, but he takes away both. And because we have 0 Makara corn, that turns into 99. So that's useful. And now we're gonna go into Velvet Room to do some fusions. The reason why we do it on this day is because we can get Growth 2 as a fusion forecast skill. So just do the fusions. Fuse Ose again. That's, you know, pretty funny. But yeah, we fuse Ose twice. The reason for that is because our full social link is way higher now. So Ose actually gets enough EXP to get Auto Sukukaja now, which we want. We don't need Poison Mist, so just teach Auto Sukukaja over Poison Mist. Alright, no fusion accidents. But again, at this point there's no reason to save anymore. Even if you get a fusion accident, just rebuy the materials. It's gonna be more worth it than reloading the save. Alright, and that's it for this fusion part. And now we have a lot of translating before we do the dungeon. Buy smart bombs on this day. They will be useful against Izanami for some damage ranges to hit numbers you want. And back to translate. Big brain bombs, galaxy brain bombs, whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna do the dungeon on 8-7. I forgot why exactly we do it on that day. I don't think there's actually any reason for that. But yeah, just do it on 8-7, I guess. I don't think there's any fusion forecast on that day. I might be wrong, but yeah. I'm not questioning it, you know? If anyone's wondering, I'm not the one that made this route. I haven't like done anything to this route. This route is pretty much all Molski's, who is the world record holder for this game. While I'm currently am in pathetic 3rd place. I'm like a little bit over 3 minutes behind from 2nd place, so that's still pretty good, you know. Or like it would be good, but then every single person behind me did old routes that are way worse. Actually, no, there's one runner that did the new route, but still, yeah. Hello. But yeah, just do the translating now. Just skip time to 8-7. Yeah, Persona 4 protagonist has the same color as Sai. I like this color. What even is this? Like silver or gray? I don't know. Alright, so on this day we do the dungeon finally. Karma just means basically good luck, pretty much. You just get some luck. Alright, so before going into the dungeon, you need to equip the paper armband we got from Nanako and teach Nozuchi Grove 2 from the skill card we bought. So luckily Nozuchi is in the very bottom of the menu, so that's useful. And now walk into the dungeon. We want to kill as many golden hands as we find. We will do manip on floor 7, but the more we find up to floor 7, the better. If you find a single golden hand and you know it's gonna have a follow-up, it's not worth fighting it. But if you see a single hand without a follow-up, or if you see a double hand or a triple hand, it's worth fighting it, I'd say. The way to know the floor, the pattern, the way to know the pattern of this dungeon is if you see a sword like this behind the door, that means it's stairs. If you see a shield, that's just a room with a chest, and if you see a candle, that means it's a corridor. So this is a sword, which means this will be stairs. So basically, never open a door that has a shield, and if it has a candle, it's a corridor. So this has a shield, so there's no reason to open it. Yeah, and you want to look for a sword. So this is another shield. There's another shield. So just don't waste time opening the shields. Here's the candle. So that means it's another corridor. And here's the sword, which means these are stairs. Oh, whoops. Nice. Nice.
Alex, what's with this thing? Don't give in.
Yeah, just use the vanish balls if you get ambushed to get away. For this floor, you just want to go left, right, left, right, left, right, and whatever until you reach the end. This floor is pretty interesting. It has this little gimmick, you know, with the teleportations. But yeah, just go in a pattern like this until you reach the end. So far we haven't seen a single golden hand. That's not great. But you know, it's normal, I'd say, to not find them.
2 enemies ambushed you. Hold on. So again, we just want to climb to floor 7 basically, because floor 7 is the one that we can do manip on. This dungeon is probably the trickiest one to dodge shadows in, but the fact that we have vanish balls kinda reduces the risk,
I guess you could say. There's no risk of dying, really. Alright, so here's the 7th floor, so just go back. And this is the same as the manip in the Yukiko's castle, where we don't have to do anything, just save and reload the game, and we will get a double hand. Sadly, no triple hand, but the triple hand requires a lot of waiting on the title screen. It's not worth it. And the double hand gives quite a bit of EXP as well. The double hand is enough. And just do this. So you want to do this until you reach level 46 with Yo. Nozuchi learns Null Enervate. Gorgon learns Null Panic. Mithra learns Null Mute. Gdon learns Fire Boost. You need to grind until all of these happen. Because we have Growth too, it's gonna happen pretty fast, you know, because everyone is getting EXP at the same time pretty much. You want to switch into Gorgon and use Mind Charge Megiddo, and that should kill. If you have the paper armband and you have the shovel, oh whoops, I misclicked. Nice. Yeah, I was supposed to use Mind Charge Megiddo, I even said it. Oh my god.
Senpai's been poisoned. Can someone cure him?
Oh my god, really? I'm just misclicking left and right now.
Hey, it ran away! The nerve of that thing!
Yeah, okay, whatever. We only killed one hand. Doesn't matter. We have enough. We have enough go homes to make mistakes like that. So we need to learn Null Panic here.
It's level up time!
Null Panic is why we even fuse Gorgon, basically. And yeah, just keep farming until all of those are done, basically. So just Mind Charge Megiddo. And if you're not misclicking like me, Mind Charge Megiddo does one shot. There is a seed that you can hit where they spawn a tank. If they spawn a tank, it doesn't die in one Megiddo. In that case, you use a Makara Corn on yourself, and then the tank will use Agidine and kill himself by reflect damage. So once again, just keep farming until you get all the skills you need. So if you're playing with Persona Memory off like you should, you will go back to Gdon after every fight, like I said before. So just don't forget to switch back into Gorgon, basically. And just Mind Charge Megiddo everything.
Senpai, you really get me going.
Sometimes you miss like that. And get poisoned like that. And then your attack goes away. Your attack buff, auto Tarukaja, so you don't one-shot. And then you still miss. Yes, like sometimes weird shit happens like that. Yeah, whatever, you know. This golden hand farm is not the most consistent one, but it's good enough. We don't need Zionga. The only skill we need on Nozuchi is Null Enervate. We don't care about the rest. When you're getting low on SP like this, just use the fox to heal it away. Also, you know, heal your HP once in a while. Because again, if you're getting the tank seed where they spawn a tank, the tank will damage you. So you don't want to be too low on HP on this grind. In every other grind, like in the bathhouse grind and in the secret lab grind later on, your HP doesn't matter because they don't damage you at all. They can't touch you. But in this one, you can get damage with a tank seed. So just don't be on really low HP. Okay, here's the tank seed I was talking about. Oh no, it's the dice seed. It's the dice seed, okay. For the dice seed, you want to guard. You want to guard until he uses last resort. Or he uses it now. That works too as well.
Alright, senpai.
No, whoops. Alright, here's Fire Boost. This is why we're leveling up Gdon. We want to learn Fire Boost. And here's Null Enervate. We wanted Null Enervate on Ozuchi. And now the only thing we still need is Null Mute on Mithra. We want Null Mute on Mithra. Which is the last skill we need until we can move on. Wowee. Oh my god, why am I misclicking like this? Why am I misclicking like this?
What? More of them? Gee. Senpai's been poisoned. Can someone cure him? You're on a roll, Senpai.
Alright, so like I said, with the tank you want to Makarakorn and reflect his damage. And shuffle time doesn't really matter. If you find money, grab it. If you find something else, grab it. If you don't find anything good, don't grab anything. And here's null mute. Alright, so now we got every single skill we need. So we can go do some fusions now. So register all. Fuse the Carabia. Get Megidola over Matarunda. And get Fire Ramp over Tetrakarn. Or you can do it the other way around, doesn't matter. But we need Megidola and Fire Ramp. And then we fuse Hitakonushi. And since Hitokonushi is our last persona right now, he will be our hub persona, I guess you can say, since we're playing with the persona memory off. We will be going back to him every single time, which is good because he has all the null skills. Fuse Okuninushi. And yeah, saving is no longer important in this part of the game. We have so much money that we're rebuying the fusion materials is faster than reloading. So no need to save. Oh, whoops. We need to fuse Yatagarasu. Alright, and now we go fight the mini-boss. So, if you see a golden hand on your way to the top, now kill it, because we need to get 8 skills on Okuninushi before we do the next fusion. We can wait to do that until the lab. But obviously, if we get it now, it's gonna push our grinding forward by one stage, you know, earlier. So it's good. So preferably, we would be finding one golden hand here, or like one encounter of double hand, preferably something like that. Oh, there we go. Nice. Nice. We actually found it. So we were using Mind Charge Megiddo. Right now we're gonna use Mind Charge Megidola on Okuninushi. Obviously Megidola is better than Megiddo.
What's its problem? More incoming.
I don't know if one hand is enough to...
Go, senpai, you rock.
I don't know if one hand is actually enough to give us 2 skills. We'll see. Oh, with the EXP up, it should be. Oh, but we're level 49. Yeah, okay, so one hand is definitely not enough. We got some EXP, but it's nowhere near enough. Alright, so for this mini boss, we want to Mind Charge.
One enemy. It caught us off guard.
Persona.
Just 2
Rakunda on the
This
black
fight's
hand.
not over.
No, we're not racist. It's just faster to do this. And then Agida in the black hand with the Karabia.
Go, senpai. Go rock.
And the other one just killed himself with God's hand.
Ooh, congratulations. It's level up time.
Yes, a hand using a hand. So open the chest to get the key. Go back 1 floor. Go up 1 floor again. And now go to the right. To the left. And the door should be on the right side. Don't go into the middle of these. I didn't even mention it, but don't go into the middle of these things. If you go into the middle, they will like change your position or something. Or it will tell. I actually forgot what it actually does. But don't walk into the middle of the things on 7th floor. They will do something. I forgot exactly what. I think they just turn you around. Or something. Oh, nice.
Three enemies on the field. Be careful.
That's one issue of Hitokonushi. Hitokonushi is pretty slow. So as you can see, we didn't even get enemy advantage. But 2 of them outsped us. That's one of the downsides of Hitokonushi. But yeah, the fact that he has null everything basically and repel physical makes him really safe for someone to be on. Alright, and there we go, there's 10th floor. So just go back. Heal with the fox. We definitely want to be full SP on this fight. We take Teddy, Kanji, and Chie for this fight. So Teddy, Kanji, and Chie. Let's heal with Teddy, I guess. Alright, and this fight is not hard, but it can be pretty trolly. This guy can troll you, so you don't want him to kill Teddy, basically. If he kills Teddy, you're losing a lot of turns. Don't forget to change your tactics because we're using Teddy now. Start off with Mind Charge. Diamond Shield. Guard with Kanji because if you don't, he can get one shot. And then Makara Corn on you. Once again, just like with Teddy fight, we want to Makara Corn you so that in case anyone dies, we still have the corn and we don't lose it.
Teddy, are you okay? Someone heal him.
Rakunda.
Teddy's health is pretty low.
This turn with Teddy, you can either revive if someone's dead. If not, you can heal. Right now, no one died, so we're gonna heal. Gar with Kanji again. Terukaja on you.
I'll finish you.
And our main damage dealing move in this fight is Agidyne on the Karabia. It does a lot of damage. Like you see, it does basically 1k. Alright, Chie is dead. That's not exactly good. At least Teddy is alive. One more Agidyne. No need to Mind Charge now because this will kill the thing. Let's survive. You always want to have party alive in this fight. Use some Makara Corns. He uses the Kaja here. You always want to have buff on yourself so that he would use the Kaja. Alright, he used the blue wall. So, how should I say this? Whatever wall he uses is what spell he will use. So he used blue wall, which means he will use electric attacks, which means you always want to have a mirror on Teddy, at least, because Teddy is weak to electric. But preferably you want to have mirrors on everyone. So right now we have mirrors on everyone, pretty sure. Yeah, we do. Terukaja, again, to force him into using the Kaja. Even though he will use AoE magic skill now, he uses Mazionga. And you want to reflect as many as you can, basically. Alright, he used the basic attack on this. And for now, and after this, you basically just Mind Charge, Agidyne, Rakunda, and Corns, and Terukaja until you win. That's basically how it goes from now on. So just use Terukajas, use whatever, you know, use a bunch of Corns. Always have a Corn on a person that is weak to. So for example, right now, since he's using electric attacks, our priority is to have Corn on Teddy. If he uses like I don't know. Alright, and here he uses Whisper. So you want to wait until using Agidines until he actually uses Whisper. You don't want to really use Agidines when he's not in Whisper. You want to keep your mind charges for Whisper to instantly break it. That's the ideal plan. And if you don't, just stack Rakundas. Just stack Rakundas otherwise, I guess. That's the best plan probably. And again, always have Makara Corns on your team. If you can. Alright, so there's another Whisper. You have couple turns to clear Whisper, so don't use Agidine now, use Mind Charge instead. That's better. Once again, just spam corns. Spam as many corns as you can. You cannot have too many corns. So here's our Tarukaja ran out. Even if that does happen, I'd still say attack with Agidine. It will still break the Whisper. It will still break the Whisper. So don't try to delay it until you have Tarukaja. It's not worth it. Alright, so here we have actually no, never mind. We need Tarukaja to force him into the Kaja later. Yeah, you always want to have buff on you, so he would use the Kaja instead of something else. Here's White Wall. So we're gonna Mind Charge again. So here we have a free turn. Everyone has Makara Corn. Since we have Tetracorns left up from Teddy fight, you want to use one on Teddy here, because again, like I said at the beginning, you don't want him to like you don't want him to kill Teddy, and he can use basic attacks. So having this is like quote-unquote better to have Tetracorns on Teddy. Once again, he does Whisper. We're on Mind Charge. Is he on Rakunda? No, he's not on Rakunda. So it's not exactly good, but he's pretty low. There's probably no reason to Rakunda anymore when he's so low. Yeah, we just kill him. We just kill him. And that's Mitsuo fight for you. So he didn't really troll now. I wish I could show you the troll fight. Like, I did few runs of this game, and in every run, he trolled hard. He was really trolly, but right now he didn't. Right now he was pretty good, you know. Again, if he doesn't, basically it goes like this. If he kills Teddy, it's not good, and if you kill Teddy like multiple times, then this fight really drags out. But if he doesn't try to go for Teddy, you're good. That's basically how this fight goes. Because if he goes for Teddy, you don't get enough turns to set up enough corns. And setting up corns is basically what makes this fight so easy. And again, like I said, don't worry too much about using Agidine without Tarukaja. It still breaks the Whisper if you use it with Mind Charge. And obviously he cannot strip Mind Charge with the Kaja, so at least that's really good. Still always try to have Terukaja to force him into using Dakaja, because him using Dakaja is basically wasting a turn for him. Instead of using something like, I don't know, I don't even know. Well, you understand what I mean, right? You understand what I mean. Here we have a rank up on Teddy, and this is where he learns one of the most important skills for him, Reek Arm. This Reek Arm is really important for Marie fight later on, because in Marie fight you cannot use items, like regular items. You can only use ones you found in the dungeon. So you cannot use revival beads, and that's why having Recarm on Teddy is really important. Later on, Teddy is gonna try to learn Samara Karm, which is basically a Balm of Life for more SP. We're actually not gonna learn that because Recarm is actually better, because in the Hollow Forest your SP is really limited, so it's better to have a move that costs less SP over a move that revives with a full HP. Except it doesn't matter because your party is so under level that it still dies in one hit, you know. So it's better to use a move that uses less SP instead of a move that uses more SP but doesn't actually make any difference. All right, but this is the end for this part 2. 4 hours 4 minutes on the in-game time. That's actually not even that bad. But yeah, I hope I explain everything. If anyone here on the stream has any questions, I can answer them. If not, I'm just gonna end it now. Alright, no questions. Alright, I guess I'm ending it now. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next part. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, probably. Most likely. Alright, bye.